PYX 106.
It's 1-800-LAW-1010, 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Paul Harding from Martin Harding Mazzotti on the phone.
Thanks for coming on this morning, Paul. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Boy, big day yesterday, Paul.
Yeah, my prediction sort of came true, yes.
You had him, I couldn't remember what you said a couple weeks ago. You had him guilty?
You know, I did. I had him guilty. I kind of had the jury out short time. You know, for what they're charging him with, I mean, he sort of did it. He was sort of kind of, you know, half out in the open doing it, almost to the sense that he didn't view it as criminal.
Well, that's
why there wasn't much of a defense. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, okay, he's doing it. You know, how many other people are doing it? And does this really shake the political core and the structure of Albany like some people are saying it does? Because, you know, it's just business as usual. We just decided to bust somebody for it.
Yeah, you know, you get a guy like that, so high profile. You know, again, you know, I'm sure did a lot of wonderful things in his time there. He was 20 years in charge of the most powerful sector of the legislature. And so, you know, it's not that he's sitting there. Every move was a move for him. He did a lot of great things. I don't know a lot about him, but it's unquestionable that he did. So he does this, and anyone who's doing anything even similar to this or thinking about doing that, you know, is just not going to do it. I mean, they're going to look at 20. You know, he's looking at 20 years per. He won't necessarily be a lifetime in prison, and I don't know how long his life even is. But sure, it's going to act as a major deterrent. How long that lasts, I don't know.
How often do lawyers just add their name to varying deals or situations and then take consulting fees from them? You know, whether it's even just a signature or support.
I mean, there may be times when that's very appropriate, but when you're sort of saying we're going to give you state grants and we're going to do things through the legislature, the body that I've been elected to lead, that's going to help you. Oh, and by the way, you're going to give me some money for that, a referral fee, technically.
Right.
Sure. You know, listen. You know, there are what he did if he was not putting the money into this clinic and then into you know, changing legislation towards this real estate group. He can, you know, someone who's very powerful, sometimes you only need a little bit of their time and you're willing to pay a lot for it. You know, the problem here was it's not that. It was that he was moving, you know, state money towards groups that were ultimately aiding him.
It's Paul Harding from Martin Harding and Mazzotti on the phone. We're talking Sheldon Silver, who was found guilty of corruption yesterday. So there was a couple of jurors there that struck me as fishy for those who followed the story, including one guy who said, my boss goes to synagogue with Shelley, and I have this fear, and the judge said there's laws to protect you. Go back to work. Is this setting up for a retrial of some sort, Paul?
Probably not enough. Yeah, you got the first juror that comes out and says, hey, I was pressured, you know. They all thought he was guilty. I was asking questions, and they were yelling at me. I didn't want to be there. And then this second guy comes out and says, you know, I don't want to be fired from my job. I'm a cab driver. The medallion's owned by someone that's friends with Shell. So, you know, the judge can keep them in there. Based on what I saw, I think there'll be an appeal. There always is. I don't see it being enough. I think the judge handled it properly, and I think ultimately, you know, Shelley's going to, you know, exhaust that route, and he's going to be incarcerated.
Okay, so there's my next question there. How old is Shelley? He's old.
71.
Will he? Will it be for the rest of his life, or will he be able to then try to fight this for the rest of his life and stay out of jail? You know.
No, he'll. You know, I suspect that over the next several months, he's gonna. There's going to be a media fanfare. He's going to enter. He's going to enter prison. In terms of what his sentence is going to be, you know, I think he's going to have a 15 to 20 year sentence, which can feel like a life sentence. You know, when you're 71, and then he might be let out. You know, they call it good behavior is 2/3 of the maximum. You know, there's all these sentencing guidelines, but he's going to be there for a while, and I don't see that there's any grounds to effectively appeal this.
1-800-LAW-1010, 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Paul Harding from Martin Harding Mazzotti. It's PYX 106.
Quinn and Cantara. Slicing the righteous. Mornings on PYX 106.